Well, hello everyone. Hello once again, and welcome back to Jeannie and Ned's Dead Zoo. Got a lot of beautiful things to show you today. Of course, this is no slouch. This is quite pretty. This is just one of the many big slabs of petrified wood that I'm going to show you today. Those are the really big museum pieces. But there are smaller ones. We kind of specialize in petrified wood because of all the rocks, and we love all the rocks. Petrified wood has always been one of our most favorite items. As a matter of fact, every year I would do research all year long on where to hike to collect the most beautiful petrified wood in North America. And then we'd go out during the summer and we'd hike to those places and we'd collect. So it's going to take a few minutes for people to sign on. I'll talk a little bit about what we're going to show today. We are going to do this our inside day, but it will also be outside. We will do petrified wood. Have some new pieces to show you. And some pieces you've seen before. Beautiful petrified wood. Jeannie is busy inviting groups and people, and if any of you have anyone you can invite, that would be great. It would be very helpful. The more the merrier. I'm not seeing any names yet. It's interesting.
They're shy.
What'd you say?
People are shy.
People are shy? Well, it looks like there are a dozen people on, but I'm not seeing names, which is interesting. So don't go away.
Because they haven't really signed on.
Don't go away. We're going to have fun today. These are just some of the things I'm going to show you. I'll go out here and show you some more things that I'm going to show you. Show what we show, huh? Several people have asked us to do geodes. If we have time, we'll do that. Put out some more dinosaur bone spheres, and agates. We'll probably do that. We'll do as much as we have time to get to. Quite a few people have asked us to do ammonites, and boy, we have big ammonites, medium-sized ammonites, and small ammonites. So we'll do that. And if you have any special requests, you can ask. Might do fluorite, might do amethyst, might do this, which is kind of cool. So we'll just have a good time. It's still interesting. I'm not seeing anybody's names. I'm just seeing the total number of people that are on. Maybe that's something to do with the way we have our phone set up. I don't know. Anyway, keep coming and invite people if you can. I'll go back inside and we'll get started on petrified wood. Hey, Maureen. Maureen, I'm glad you're joining us, and I understand if you want to sit on your hands. If you want me to, I'll say no. But I would be sad if you didn't join our show. So Maureen just came on, and I welcomed her. Oh, you spent lots of time in the above-ground pool. Why, is it hot in Connecticut today, Maureen?
It's starting to snow in other places.
It's starting to snow in other places. Well, we're waiting for a few more people to come on. I think I showed this one last week, but I'm going to show it again. This is from Janelle. And this applies to a lot of us, doesn't it? The person on the left is talking to the person on the right who's looking at an enormous pile. And she's saying, I know hoarding isn't healthy, but I can't bear to part with any of them. Maureen, I think you'll identify with this one. Oh, I see, you were cleaning it because it was black. is it warm enough to go in an above ground pool yet for you? Anyway, so I put, is this you? And it certainly applies to a lot of us, marine and others. I know hoarding isn't healthy, but I can't bear to part with any of them. So if that's you, and I don't mean just you, Marine, I mean any of you out there, it certainly applies to Jeannie and me. Hey, Dennis, then who is this? There are lots of people that come on the show that have significant others, husbands, wives, whatever, and sometimes they don't want their significant others to know how many rocks they're getting. So we're going to be very quiet about that. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool. So that's from Janelle, by the way. I think it's cute.
Cameron just came on.
Hey, Cameron. So I'll spend some time on petrified wood today. I'm going to try and show the things that people have requested. Quite a few people have requested that we do petrified wood, and I've changed the prices on some of them, and I'm trying to change my tags to reflect that everybody gets a 40% discount. We recently went to a 40% discount for everyone, regardless of how much you bought from us, and I'm trying to change my tags to reflect what your actual price will be with a 40% discount. So let's start out, if those of you that have seen these before will bear with me, let's start out with opalized petrified wood. I'm going to turn on my headlamp over here. If it's too much, just tell me. We have several lights on. Hey, Tabitha. We have several lights on, but it's not quite as bright at this end of the table. So let's get started. OPW1. All the opalized petrified wood, by the way, fluoresces to some extent. This piece fluoresces beautifully. So my tags used to say the full price and then the discounted price for those who are at that discount. Now what they say is the bigger thing you say, if I've changed the tags, is your actual price. So this is OPW1 and it's $99 to you. However, BOGO. What our BOGO is buy one, get the second one of equal or lesser value for half price. I don't do BOGOs on everything, but I'm going to do BOGOs on all the petrified wood on these tables today. So just bear that in mind. If you buy one piece that's, let's say, $60, the second one of equal value would be $30.
Are you talking about combining all of the petrified wood tables, or not?
I'm talking about all the petrified wood on these tables here.
Oh, in front of you, okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay? So bear that in mind. You don't have to get one of equal value, but just know that if you do, that'll be half price, or if you get one of lesser value, that'll be the one that's half price. This big piece is OPW2. This one fluoresces brilliantly. That's what it looked like when we dug it. And this is opalized petrified wood, these first ones I'm showing you. And some of you have heard me say before, but some of you haven't, that the only difference between opal and agate and jasper is that opal, they're all SiO2, silicon dioxide, but opal is SiO2.H2O, which means that every silicon dioxide molecule has a water molecule attached to it, and that's what gives fire opal its brilliance. It's what makes opal so pretty. By the way, I didn't mention, for those of you that are new, that we bill through PayPal. Make sure, by the way, if you are new, that you send sometime before the end of the show or after the end of the show, you send Jeannie your email address and your zip code for billing through PayPal. And we bill through PayPal, and we put everybody automatically on a payment plan, which means when you get your invoice, we require a minimum 20% deposit, and then we'll work out with you how you pay the balance, hopefully over the next month or two, not too awfully long. But if you see a rock you like, you can't afford it today, but you think you can in the next month or two, go ahead and claim it, and we'll put you on a payment plan. So this one's OPW2, and that works out to $195 with your discounts. This one is OPW3. This one fluoresces really nicely. And again, the first 20 or so pieces I'm going to show you are opalized petrified wood. Then we'll go to the agatized and jasperized petrified wood. So this is OPW3, and with your discounts, that one works out to $297. So petrified wood, the word petrified just means turned to stone. It can be any stone. Petrified wood really can be replaced with just about any kind of stone. These that I'm showing you are opalized. This particular piece is a rip cut, which means it's cut lengthwise with the grain rather than across the grain. That's just a pretty way to do it. And by the way, those two little tags, the yellow and the red tag, indicate that it fluoresces beautifully. All the opalized wood fluoresces, and I don't have tags on everything that does. But when you see a yellow tag, it means it fluoresces under long wave UV, and when you see a red tag, it means it fluoresces under short wave. So this particular piece works out to $297 with your discounts. Here's another big chunk. Very big chunk of opalized petrified wood. This one is OPW4, and that works out to $297 with your discounts. So if you bought two, the first one of these would be $297. The second one would be what, $148? Something like that. Hey, Chantel. These pieces I have polished on several times. They're from Oregon. They're beautiful opalized wood. Beautiful grain in them. This one's OPW6, and that works out to $99 with your discounts. So what you'll see when Jeannie invoices you, you'll see the full price, and then at the bottom you'll see the 40% discount. So that's how your discount comes off, because now that we're giving 40% off to everybody, it's easier for Jeannie to do the invoices by putting the 40% at the bottom. So when you get your invoice, you'll see all the full prices, and then you'll see at the bottom you'll see your discount, 40%. Now, if it's a BOGO, if you bought two that were $99, the first one would be $99, and the second one would be $49.50. So that's why it takes Jeannie a long time to do the invoices, because the first one would be $99, the second one would be $49.50, and then at the bottom you'd get 40% off those. This is OPW7. Hey, Mark. And it works out to $117 with your discounts. These are really beautiful opalized petrified wood pieces from Oregon. Every state has some kind of petrified wood. Oregon has some really lovely petrified wood, as of course does Arizona and Montana and every western state. But every state, I believe every state in the country, has petrified wood. This is OPW8. Somebody break the ice here by cleaning something. Look at the detail in that petrified wood. That's what it looks like on the outside. That's OPW8, and that works out to $177 with your discounts. This is OPW9. I have that cut and polished on the bottom. Always had that standing up. By the way, those of you that are new, Jeannie and I for the last 30 years have had a private museum that we took rock groups through and kids through. And the reason we're selling all this is because we're getting older. I'm actually 76, and we're going to downsize our house. So instead of just having a dealer come in and buy everything, we're sharing our collection with people literally all over the world. And we've shipped to about probably 10 foreign countries. This is OPW9, and with your discount, that works out to $195. Hey, Yella. This piece back here is OPW 10, and that also works out to $297 with your discount.
Lesser expensive ones too.
And we have lesser expensive pieces, yes. I'm going to try turning off this headlamp.
Let people know that.
Yeah, I'm going to show you some petrified wood that's much less expensive than this. I'm just showing you the really beautiful pieces first of all. I guess that light's good enough. This is OPW 11. And it works out to 237. Maybe I need more light on these. Yeah, I want you to see the colors. We do have a couple of spheres, Ella. They're not Arizona petrified wood, but they're definitely petrified wood spheres, and I'll get to those in a minute. This is OPW 12. You probably saw Jeannie's pictures. They look like Arizona petrified wood, but they're not exactly. This is OPW 12, and it works out to 237. These are big, beautiful pieces that will stand on a shelf.
Let me help you with some of these.
Well, they're not that big. This one I have polished on 6 sides. I had this on my desk for a long time. I was a professor for a long, long, long time. Anyway, this is polished. This is opalized petrified wood. It's polished on all sides. This white part, which is toward his bark, really fluoresces nicely under UV. And that one, that's OPW 13, and with your discount, that works out to $357. This one's OPW 14. And don't forget your BOGOs. Anything on these boards, any of the petrified wood on these tables. Buy the first one, the second one is of equal or lesser value is half price. That's OPW 14, and that works out to $237 with your discounts. This is a fantastically beautiful piece. It's also heavy. And I have that polished. You want to try and manipulate? Okay.
Yeah, I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
Rounded on the top. That's so
Yep.
pretty. And then goes.
Try keeping the shadow off of it.
Okay. And goes.
This one fluoresces fantastically.
And then here.
That's the bark.
It's interesting.
There's your white opal on the outside.
Cut is interesting.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the yellow and the red tag. I don't have those on everything because I haven't had time to put them on everything. But when I do have it on, it means it fluoresces fantastically. So that's OPW 15, and with your discount, that works out to $297. Thank you.
Did you do this one?
I haven't done that one yet.
All right.
I can manipulate that. Are you still
That was
inviting
one of the
people?
pictures today.
Well, it was. This is OPW 16. So Jeannie and I, in the 42 years we've been collecting together, love all rocks. But like I said earlier, petrified wood was one of the things that we would hike big distances to collect this. This one's OPW 16, that's 237. Okay. Yeah, the green shows there too. So those are all the opalized petrified wood. Now we're going to go to agatized and jasperized petrified wood. I have a wild Mustang skull here. Of course, I put a jode in his eye socket. If anybody would like a wild Mustang skull from out west, with your discount, that one works out to $177. I'm not showing disrespect for him by putting a jode in his eye socket. I don't want anybody to think that we disrespect animals that die out west. We are, Carly. I hope you are too. Hey, Deb. This is 3P. I guess I should have started with 1. So this is jasperized petrified wood. The only difference between, well, I said the only difference between opal and jasper and agate is the water molecule attached to the silicon dioxide in opal. Really, the only difference between agate and jasper, which are both chalcedonies, is that most people consider that agate is semi-translucent when you have a thin cut of it, and if it's not semi-translucent, then it's jasper. This is 3P, and it's 177 with your discounts. And by the way, the color in all the quartz minerals, whether you're talking about crystals or petrified wood or dinosaur bone or anything else, all the colors come from trace elements that are in it. You would be disrespectful if I put a googly eye in his eye socket. I don't know what a googly eye is. This is 1P, by the way, and it's 117.
Cute little piece. I can see the green.
I know.
I can see the green in the dark.
You can. That's why I have
Down
my
here.
headlamp
It's very
on. Yeah.
fine grain. Did you show the whole thing?
I did.
This is from McDermott.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a McDermott piece. It's so pretty. It's elegant.
It is.
It's an elegant piece.
Every one of these pieces we have loved for a long time. This is 2P. I have that cut on the bottom. It's really true. I'm going to take a stab and assume that's Mehran, the pronunciation of your name. It's really true. Natural things are so beautiful, and what I don't make a lot of jewelry or things like that. I have respect for people that do, and I've made Jeannie a few things. But what I like to do is take a beautiful piece of petrified wood,
Out of the shadow.
okay,
Lift it up.
and cut it and polish to bring out its natural beauty. I'd like to do away with the headlamp. This one is 5P. I just don't know if the colors show as well without the headlamp.
I haven't had a chance to look.
And that works out to 117 with your discounts. This is 4P, and it's a really beautiful piece. Mostly agate replacement. It's a big chunk. Actually, that is kind of opalized there, so oftentimes opal and agate fade into each other. That's a beautiful piece. With your discounts, that works out to $297. All right, let's show some Arizona Rainbow. Everybody likes Arizona Rainbow petrified wood. I have these pieces, and then I have those gigantic slabs.
Somebody was asking about this piece in particular. I didn't get a chance to respond.
Okay, well, let me show that one
Of
first
course,
then.
it's so pretty. This is the one that shows with all the purple in it. You have your light on?
No.
Let me see if the purple's showing.
I think it is. This is 9P, and it
Yes,
works out to
it's beautiful.
$393 with your discount.
So pretty.
That's a round of Arizona Rainbow petrified wood.
I'll help you show the back of it.
Yeah, I am. Please don't hesitate to ask me to go back if you want to see something. I'm not trying to rush, but until people start buying, I don't want to take too long on any one thing. So this is 9P, and it works out to $393 with your discounts. This is a rip cut of Arizona Rainbow petrified wood, which means, again, cut with the grain instead of across it.
And it's also an end piece, isn't it?
Well, it's a side piece.
Or a side piece,
Yeah.
excuse me.
That's the
yeah.
outside, that's the bark.
That is so cool.
That one is 6P, and that works out to $195. Oh, that's affordable. That's a nice big piece for $195. So we started doing these discounts to make it really interesting for you guys because, like I said, we could have just had a dealer come and buy everything from us. And I know some of you are dealers, but it's much more fun doing these shows and sharing with serious collectors all over the world. So anyway, that's a big piece of Arizona Rainbow Rip Cut, and that's $195 with your discounts. And again, rip cut just means you're going with the grain, like boards that you use in your house, instead of across the grain. This is a nice quarter round of Arizona Rainbow. Big. At 7p, and that works out to $3.93 with your discounts. This is another Arizona Rainbow Rip Cut. So that one's across the grain, this one's with the grain. It's just a different way of cutting petrified wood. I like to do it in different ways to bring out the beauty. This actually has some crystals there. This one's 8p and it's $3.93 also. A couple of more rounds of Arizona Rainbow. This one is 10p. It's probably about 7 or 8 inches across, and that works out to $4.77 with your discounts. This one is 11p. It also works out to $4.77. So if somebody wanted these two, they're the same price. The first one would be $4.77 and the second one would be $2.30 something. So bear in mind the BOGOs, because that really works to your advantage. This is another rip cut. It's 12p, has a crystal pocket in it. Now, why would petrified wood have a crystal pocket in it? Because 95 of all the petrified wood in the world were trees that died, fell down, oftentimes washed into lakes or into bends in rivers, and then were covered up with either silt, sand, and gravel, or volcanic eruption, volcanic ash. But since they died long before they were petrified, a lot of them have rotten areas in them or cracks that filled in later with crystals. And that just adds to their beauty. This one, by the way, is 12p and it's $195 with your discounts. A very small percentage of the petrified wood in the world, the trees were petrified while they were still living and standing, but that's a very small percentage. All right, I'm going to show you these big pieces of mostly Arizona Rainbow in a minute, but let's go ahead and show a few more things first. Thank you, Maureen, for welcoming all of you new people. We have a wonderful group here of people that some have been with us for a long time and some have only for the last couple of weeks. And everybody's very considerate of everyone and congratulates you when you buy something that's really beautiful. I wouldn't do these shows if we didn't have a good group. This is 20p. It's $177 with your discounts. This is actually petrified bogwood. It comes from the McDermott area, which is on the border between Oregon and Nevada. Some people call this larsenite or crater jasper, but it's actually a petrified bogwood. So that's 20p, and that works out to $177 with your discount. No, it's $195, Adrian. Yes. I don't think you'll see anything on our shows that's $1.95. I do have some things that are like $5 and $10, but yes, $1.95. If I saw somebody had a piece like that or like that for $1.95, I'd buy every one they had. Anyway, this is 21p. And it's $177. It's fine. Adrian, you ask all the questions you want. I was a professor all my life, and I love people that ask questions. There are no stupid questions. There might be stupid answers. I'll try not to give you a stupid answer. But ask any question. The biggest pieces, by the way, up there down on the end are $29.95. That's not $29.95. That's $2,995. Of course, with discounts, it's not going to be that, and I'll discuss that in a minute. This is a 22p, and it's 177.
Tell Chantel thank you for her sweet remark.
Thank you, Chantel, very much for...
Vote of confidence.
the vote of confidence. And Chantel is a geologist, so she knows what she's talking about. This is 23p. So Chantel, I never got a chance to ask you if you ever went up on North or South Table Mountain to collect zeolites in Golden. If you haven't, you should. This is 23p, and it works out to $237 with your discounts. This is, I'm asking Chantel that because I actually started out way back before any of you were born as a student at the Colorado School of Mines majoring in geochemistry. This is 24p. This is a Hampton Butte piece. I think it, this and the one behind it are probably the only two I have left of this. Well, just like this anyway. And one we're keeping, yes. So that's 24p, and that works out to $237 with your discounts. This is 25p, and it also works out to $237. Hey, Tara. Yeah, don't forget the BOGOs. You buy one, the second one of equal or lesser value is half price. But let's say somebody wanted these two pieces. They're both the same price. With your 40% discount, they're $237. So the first one would be $237, and the other would be, what, $119 or something like that. Anyway, this one's really pretty with the colors in it. Two spheres. These are not Arizona Rainbow, but they're a lot like Arizona Rainbow. This one is 30p, and that works out to $177 with your discounts. And then the big one behind it is 31p, and that works out to $237 with your discounts.
Did you see Chantel's answer? She's only about 15 minutes away from North Table Mountain.
Oh, I would think you could still get up there, Chantel. Well, I always access them from the Golden side. Actually, close to the Coors Brewery, there were paths up on both of them. Be careful on the highway there that goes through now. I think that's Highway 6. But I think that's public land, and I think you can collect up there. But don't take my word for it, because it's been a long time since I've been there. But they're beautiful zeolites up there. I collected a whole bunch of different kinds of zeolites and calcite in the because those are volcanic plugs. And zeolites occur usually, as you know, in volcanic rock. This is 32p, and it works out to $99 with your discounts. Of course, when I went to Colorado School of Mines, there were 1,100 students. It's the top geology university in the world. And there were 1,100 students, 3 girls, and the rest were guys. Now it's about 40% female and 60% males, and they have a lot more majors. But back then the majors were petroleum engineering, mining engineering, geochemistry, geophysics, geology, and a couple of other things. Metallurgy, that's right. These two, by the way, are very rare. They're petrified cones, pine cones. This is CN1, and with your discounts, that works out to $99. And this one is CN2, if I can pick it up. and it works out to 177 with your discounts. Those are quite rare. Yeah, do check it out, Chantel. I think you'll enjoy it. It's not that hard to hike up there either.
She said a lot of people on the trails.
What'd you say?
She said there are a lot of people on the trails.
Oh, yeah.
Distancing. So.
Yeah. Because, well, you know what North and South Table Mountain look like. You don't have to go up on the top where it's steep. What you're going to be doing is going up the slope to where the volcanic, the basalt is, and then look in the rubble from the basalt, and that's where you'll find your zeolites. This is very rare. This is a petrified tree fern. It's over 300 million years old. It's the only piece of this I have. In fact, I may pull this and keep it because I really do love this one. But anyway, that's PF1 for petrified fern number 1, and that's the only one. And that works out to 237 with your discounts. A couple of pieces of petrified palm. We had quite a bit of petrified palm, but we only have a couple of pieces left. Oh, you're certainly welcome, Chantel. And definitely let me know if you make it up there. Well, that's true, Tabitha. Jeeping is good, but you wouldn't get up Table Mountain in Golden with a Jeep. There are no roads. I mean, no, you wouldn't. Sometimes, Tabitha, you do have to get out and walk, as you know. Anyway, this is 1 PP for petrified palm, and it works out to 57 with your discount. So the difference between palm and all the other woods is that palm does not have grain. Does not have growth rings. It has sinews that go up the length of it, and that's what allows palms to bend over in a hurricane and not break. So you can sort of see, let me wet that. You do, don't you, Deb? If you can see those dots, this one's uncut, but it would cut beautifully. And then the only other piece of petrified palm that I still have out here is this one. And you can see the dots in it. On the side, you can see this. You can sort of see the sinews. This is a whole round of petrified wood, of petrified palm. But if you look carefully, you can see the dots, and those are the petrified sinews that go up the length of the palm tree. That allows it literally to bend over double in a hurricane without snapping. There is a good piece at your house, Tabitha. So those of you that are new, you're listening to people talk about the pieces they've gotten from us in the past. Deb has some, Tabitha has some. I think I'll wait to do those big pieces until I finish here. Now I've changed the prices, lowered the prices on these. This is all blue forest petrified wood. And once again, for those of you that are new, blue forest is in Wyoming. It isn't a forest at all. It's a dead forest covered up. And the reason it's called blue forest, well, let me show this piece, is because this was wood that died, if I remember correctly, about 100 million years ago, but I'd have to check that, and then was buried deep. But before it was buried, it was in like a lake bed with algae around it. And so it's petrified, it's driftwood. And it had a lot of cracks in it, and the cracks are filled in with, I'm seeing what Tabitha's writing, filled in with blue agate, and that's why it's called blue forest. The way you collect there, and you still can collect here, this is between Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Farson, Wyoming, is I made a T of metal, a handle with a, oh, Jeannie's showing how this looks under UV, even with all the bright lights.
Yeah, this is a long way.
This fluoresces beautifully,
So
yes.
pretty.
Anyway, I made a T shaft about 4 feet long, a handle with a long rod on it, and we'd shove this down into the desert, and if we hit something 3 or 4 feet down, then we'd start digging like mad, and hopefully find a piece of petrified wood. That didn't happen every time. Many times it didn't happen. But anyway, so this is classic blue forest. It's the mixture of the petrified wood and the blue agate. So let me just go down the line here. 1 BF works out to 39 with your discount. 2 BF works out to 45. 3 BF works out to 51. 4 BF works out to 57. 5 BF works out to 87. 6 BF, and I can go back and pick any one of these up. I'd like it if we'd start getting some action here. The first one we showed with the cavern, you mean this one, Tabitha? That's probably the best one we have left. That's 16 BF, and that works out to 237 with your discount. It was 395, and it has the agate there, and then it has crystals inside that agate pocket. I will, Carly. I'll pick up any you want. This end could be cut and polished too. The agate, you can see, goes the whole length of it there. This is the one that fluoresces. I think that's the one that Tabitha been. Anyway, so 237 with your discount. Carly said pick up number 3. Okay, Susan, got you on 5. So Carly, this is number 3, and that works out to 51 with your discount. Those of you that are just joining us, it used to be that you didn't get to a 40% discount until you'd bought $2,500 worth of stuff from us. So we just recently went to a 40% for everyone across the board. So, okay, Tabitha.
You do 5 BF?
Yeah, right there. Chad says C6, yes. See how close I can get to that. Okay, Carly, that's fine. Thank you. And please do that. When you ask me to go back, it gives you guys first right of refusal. But if you can say either pass or sold, then that lets other people know if it's still available. This is 7 BF. Okay, Chad. What'd you say, sweetie? And that works out to 99. This is 8 BF. Classic blue forest wood. Kind of a bend there. It's probably a joint. And that works out to 99 with your discount. Susan, are you saying sold on 3, or did you just want to see it again? That's 3 BF right there, and that works out to 51. If you can just let us know if you mean pass or sold on that. Muscle tears are no fun, are they? 9 BF works out to 99. 10 BF works out to 117 with your discounts. All agate on the outside of that. Okay, Susan, yeah. Did you want to see it again, or did you just mean that's what you meant? Um, 11 BF is classic blue forest wood. You can see that wood, when it was in a boggy situation, cracked, and then as it petrified, it was filled in with the blue agate. This all happened over a many million year period. The area in Wyoming where this is found is now called, it's part of the Great Basin, so nothing drains to the ocean. But at one time there was a lake there, about 100 million years ago, several times throughout geologic history, and these pieces of wood probably washed, the trees died, they washed into the lake, were covered by mud and other things, and then were buried about a mile deep, and they petrified, and the blue agate went into those areas. That's what makes this so stunning. For people that are real devotees of petrified wood. Blue Forest is considered one of the best. That's 11 BF, and that works out to 157 with your discounts. By my finger there. Tabitha, probably never. Now, what Tabitha's referring to is we were going to try to be done with this in October, which we're in now. But we keep bringing out more stuff. We're helping the widow of a friend sell her stuff. So we'll be doing it through the end of at least the end of 2020, Tabitha. So pay when you can, what you can. And by the way, that brings up an interesting question. As Tabitha keeps adding, when you win the lottery, Tabitha keeps adding to her invoice, but we have also sent Tabitha many boxes. You don't have to pay off your invoice for us to ship to you. But we won't ship to you until we have enough money to cover 20 to 30% of what we don't ship to you in case you default. So we won't ship you everything ever until you're paid off, but we will ship to you as you go. Tabitha 16BJ. Oh, BF. Okay, you are going to take that one. Anyway, I'll get you that in a second. This has botryoidal agate in it right here, by the way. It's kind of hard to see. Right there, you can see it. And as I remember, Tabitha, you do have a black light. And you saw, even in the daytime with all the lights on, how brilliantly this one fluoresced.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And that can take a better polish, too. I don't have a super polish on that one for some reason. Thank you, Chad, for saying that. I guess once a professor, always a professor. I like to learn. I don't like a day to go by without learning. And, of course, I taught all my life, and I like people that like to learn. And it's so fun to learn about nature and rocks, isn't it? This is 13 BF. This is the branch. Actually, branches there. It's beautiful, Tabitha, you're right. This is 13 BF, and that works out to 177 with your discounts. Call this one Naughty. This is 14 BF, and I call it that because it has a bunch of petrified knots. Yeah, but that's K-N-O-T-T-Y, not N-A-U-G-H-T-Y.
Let me see. I love this piece. Not there, not there, not there.
Knots there.
There, there. So realistic. I mean, so modern looking. There, there. Love that.
You learn a little self-control. I'm not sure that's true, Deb. Now, Deb is one of several people that have come to get their rocks, and you're all welcome to do that. Of course, some of you live cross country, some of you live out of the United States. But we do have people coming to our house to get rocks, and you save on shipping by doing that. And we get to meet interesting people. This one's 15 BF, and it works out to 177 with your discounts. A couple of uncut, unpolished ones, in case any of you want to have something a little bit less expensive and cut and polish them yourself. This one is 17 BF, and it works out to 99 with your discounts. And this one is 18 BF, and it works out to 57 with your discounts. See, now the pressure's on Tabitha because she's going to have to find another one that she's going to get for half price. It doesn't have to be Blue Forest. It just has to be something from this table. And Tabitha knows that I'm going to go around the other side too. Two pieces here. I showed you that one. This is one very much like it. That's 19 BF, and that works out to 297 with your discounts. This is 20 BF. It's one of the larger pieces of blue forest that we've ever seen. Not the largest, that's coming up. And that works out to $297 with your discounts. This is the largest round of Arizona rainbow. Arizona rainbow's right there, of blue forest. This is 21 BF, works out to $399 with your discounts. Just a lovely mixture of the brown and dark brown wood with all the agate around it. And then the last one I have out here of the blue forest is this big piece. And it's 22 BF. And that works out to $3. There's agate, there's calcite down there. This fluoresces nicely.
Let me turn it for you.
If you
It's
can,
heavy.
sure, thank you.
Yeah, that's a really neat piece. Interesting.
I'm right-handed, so I hold the phone in my left hand and try and turn the rocks with my right. But
The texture out here.
yep,
There's the big calcite
there's the
area
big
there.
calcite area there and there.
And there,
Those
yeah.
fluoresce
And down here,
fantastically.
too. This one's a very interesting piece. And the face of
Oh,
it's
you're in the
beautiful.
second grit stage, huh, Chad? Good for you. That one's 22 BF, and that works out to $399 with your discounts. Okay, I have a couple more things to show you on this table, but let's go ahead and show you these big ones. I guarantee you, unless you're a total clod, that these will move you. So we have basically 3 different sizes of these gigantic pieces. These first ones are $14.75, which with a 40% discount is $8.85. But why do I have $796.50 there? Well, I'm going to show you why. For the pieces that are $14.95, 2 choices. The first one at $14.75, the second at half price, which is $237.50, adds up to $2212.50, then minus your 40% discount. 2 of them for $1327.50. So if you took those 2, the 2 of them would be $1327.50. But knowing that it's going to be a strain on any of you financially to do BOGO on those, I came up with a bright idea of if you bought one, to take an extra 10% off, which brings it down to $1327.50, and then your 40% off. So it takes it down to 1 for $796.50, and that's how I came up with the $796.50 there. So those are 2 spectacular pieces of Arizona rainbow,
That's about
about
11
between 11 and 12 inches. That one is 51p,
by 10.
and this one is 52p. So those both fall
about
into
10
that
and a half.
of that category. $796.50 for one of those, or $1327.50 for 2 of them. The next size larger are these. And I'm going to do something about that reflection in a minute. Of course, looking at them is addicting. It's, you know, if you don't buy anything, that's fine. It's just, it's fun for you to see them.
13.
That one's about 13 inches tall. So these are $17.95, which with a 40% discount is $10.77. But I have one $969.30 on it. So let me show you that. The $17.95 ones. Your choice, the first one for $17.95, the second for half price, $897.50, which adds up to $2692.50, and then minus your 40%, 2 of those for $1615.50. Or if you just want to buy one of them, $17.95 minus 10%, $16.15.50, and then minus your 40% takes it down to $969.30. And that's why you see the last thing there, the $969.30. Can you stand behind me and block the... Boy, they're even seeing my reflection. Terrible. Maybe I should use the headlamp. I know.
I don't know how to block the window.
Let me try this. If anybody wants, we'll pick any one of these up and show them to you in more detail. Anyway, that's 53p. And this one is 54p. And that one's about 12.5 inches.
Beautiful.
Let me slide over here. And there are a couple of these on the other side of the table too. You can see their backs right there sticking up. There's the back of one, there's the back of one, there's the back of another big one there. Then the third and by far the most magnificent are these. These are like 15 inches. And they are $29.95, and that's $2,995, not $29.95, which with a 40% discount is $17.97, but under that I have $16.17.30, and let me show you why. Let me turn off the headlamp. Choice on these too. If you want to do the BOGO route, and by the way, you can mix and match any of these if you want to. Several people have. The first one is $29.95. The second one is half price, which is $14.97.50, which is $4,492.50. Then minus your 40%, that's two for $26.95.50. So I have $29.95 on them, so it's actually two for less than the price of one. And by the way, pieces like that I've seen selling in Europe, to Germans especially like them, for $10,000 to $30,000, even more than that. So that's if you buy two. If you want to buy one, $29.95 minus an additional 10% takes it down to $26.95.50. Then your 40% off that everybody gets, one for $16.17.30. If you want something truly unusual, or you have somebody to buy Christmas presents for, and it's not too early to start buying Christmas presents, consider these. That one's 65p, and then this one, which is 15 inches tall. And I want to try and show you all the color. Can you stand behind me here, sweetie, because the window is reflecting on it so much. There,
there you go.
Yeah.
How's that?
Anyway. All the different colors of the Arizona rainbow.
Put your light on. Right down. Yeah, and
Okay.
you can see the real colors.
I'm going to spend a little while on this one because this is perhaps the most spectacular.
What a lovely tabletop that would make.
These definitely will make a tabletop, and you cannot hurt them. We had a woman here recently who said, "What if I spill wine on it?" I said, "No problem, you can lick it off. It's not going to hurt the rock." And she said, "Why are you hitting me?" Jeannie just hit me for some reason.
Sorry, I bumped you.
Oh, you were hitting me.
Because you've told that wine story so many times.
Oh, okay. Well, some people are new. All right. So you can cut cheese on this too. A metal knife, a steel knife, will not scratch this. Anyway, those are truly spectacular. So again, the final price with the two discounts works out to $16.17.30 on that one, and or that one, or two of them for BOGO. So just put that in the back of your mind and think about it. These are white agate replacement wood. Now, a lot of the wood I've shown you is agatized, but sometimes the agate completely replaces the wood and just becomes agate without showing any grain or anything. This piece shows the original outside of the wood, but these are just pretty very pretty agate replacement woods. And these are WAW for white agate wood. The first one works out to 99 with your discounts. The second one works out to 99 with your discount. Third one works out to 99. And the fourth one works out to 75. WAW5 works out to 117. And WAW6 works out to 177. So this is white agate. Actually, there's some color in that. There's some green and other colors. Replacement wood. And these come mostly from Wyoming. A couple of them came from Utah. And then these are pink agate replacement wood. And this is pretty rare. These happen to come from northeastern Nevada. And I think I have one polished piece left. The rest you'll have to polish. This is WAW1, and that works out to 87 with your discounts. I'm not WAW, PAW for pink agate wood. PAW2 works out to 87 with your discounts. PAW3, let me wet that to show you what it will look like. Works out to 99 with your discounts. PAW4 works out to 99. Let me wet that one too. I have a secret way of wetting these. Works out to 99 with your discounts. This one is the last polished piece we have. This is PAW5, and that works out to 177 with your discounts. Yeah, bear in mind if you have grandchildren or children or other people that you buy Christmas presents for, nothing more wonderful than giving something natural from the earth. This is PAW6, and that works out to 95. Let me wet that, just to show you what that'll look like polished. You could actually tumble that piece. PAW7 works out to 99. PAW8 works out to 117. PAW9 works out to 117. PAW10 works out to 117. PAW11 works out to 117. And this great big one, PAW12, works out to 117. Okay, I'm not getting enough response from you guys to keep me going here. Where am I failing you? Are you just enjoying looking? I like questions, and of course I especially like it when you want to buy things. So what are we going to do here? Stop the show or keep on going? Are you tired of petrified wood? Because I was going to show you this side too. But I don't want you to start signing off because you're tired of looking at petrified wood. I can go to show something else. I'm giving you a chance to tell me where to go.
You also have these in your
I do. Do you want to see more of these? Do you want me to go to a different board? Do you care? Well, these are the P ends because instead of just P, this is the north side of the table, and just to distinguish it in case somebody texts us later, more PW, huh? Okay. I know you have, Chantel. Anyway, it's PN because we're on the north side of the table, and if you text us or private message us later on and say, you want to see the Blue Forest again? You didn't get enough of that, Susan? I'll go back and show it. Are the rest of you okay to look at the Blue Forest again? Tell you what I'll do, Susan, though, I'm going to go fairly fast over it because I don't want people to start signing off. As a matter of fact, the numbers are decreasing, so that tells me I should do something different. 1 BF works out to 39, 2 BF works out to 45, 3 BF works out to 51, 4 BF works out to 57, 6 BF works out to 87, 7 BF works out to 99, 8 BF works out to 99, that's the little crotch or joint. 9 BF works out to 99. 10 BF works out to 117. Are you 11? Yeah, 11 BF works out to 157. 12 BF works out to 297. 13 BF, 177. 14 BF, 177. 15 BF, 177. Are you 15? Oh yeah, Tabitha took 16. 17 BF, 99. 18 BF, 57. I know you are, Leslie. You guys got to watch out for Leslie. She's been with us for a long time, and she and I never joke. Never, ever. Hey, Eileen. 19 BF, 297. 20 BF, 297. 21 BF, 399. And 22 BF, 399. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. I hope that gives you an idea on all of them.
The slabs, since you're right there.
All right. So I won't do the other side of the table right now. Okay, I've changed some prices here. And we're going to do BOGO on these boards too. So there are a few left on this board. That's the SP board. This board, for lack of better, I used to have Jodes on this board, is G, and this board is BP. So we're going to do BOGO on these. The least expensive ones are these, and they work out to $39 per square with your discounts, and of course BOGO. So the first one would be $39, the second one would be $19.50. So there are 3 cute little pieces of Oregon, polished Oregon branches on this one. That's 18 SP, 19 SP, 20 SP. It's a big piece of petrified wood that isn't cut or polished or anything, but has a lot of potential. And 21 SP. So those each work out to $39 with your discounts, and then BOGO, of course. Second one, half price. 22 through 26 work out to $45 each, and then of course with your discounts, and then of course you can BOGO any of these. That's 22 SP. 23 SP. Trying to get this, there you go. These are polished. 24 SP. 25 SP. These make excellent gifts for kids or anybody for that matter. And 26 SP. Okay, then these are individually priced. This is G51, and that works out to $117 with your discount. I have that polished on both sides, by the way. This is G52. And that works out to 117. This is G62. Sorry about the screwy numbering system. This board is a big board and it goes under this board, and it's just what I had here to put these on. This is G62 and it works out to 117 with your discounts. This one's G47 and it works out to 117 with your discounts. It's polished on both sides too. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Can't remember my own work sometimes. This is G49. It's an Arizona Rainbow, and it's 99 with your discounts. This is G58, and it's 99 with your discounts. And then these are spectacular pieces over here. And I've lowered the price $50 on all of them. So they work out to $147 each with your discounts. And of course you can BOGO these if you want to. So this one is 3 BP. It's probably about 9 inches long. This is 4 BP. Well, the price is less than you're seeing on there because it was $177, but since I lowered it, these are actually $147 each.
Okay, Susan's saying sold on G49.
Okay, Susan.
Is there G49 or 48?
Yeah, there's G49, this one. Okay, this is 10 BP. Let me try and show you that as close as I can because it's got beautiful yellow jasper in it. So again, it's not 177, it's 147 with your discounts and what I'm taking off on these. This is 12 BP. And all of these on the BP board are 147 with your discounts for the first one and then half that for the second one. This is 15 BP. That's also polished on both sides. 16 BP. 17 and 18 are Arizona Rainbow. This is 17. And again, it's not the 177, it's 147. And this is 18 VP. That looks like it's a crack. It was a crack at one time. Probably when it was still wood, or certainly when it was in the mountain. But that crack is filled with agate. It just gives it character. That's not a weakness in this piece. So anyway, that's 18 BP. So should I go over to the other side of the table? I'm asking Jeannie that she's not answering me. All right, we'll spend a little bit more time on the petrified wood here because I think everybody likes looking at petrified wood. So again, this side of the table is the PN side. What do you want to do, the big ones first? It might be better if you came, well, I guess you can do it that way. We're between a rock and a hard spot here, quite literally, between all these rocks and the wall. The first one, you're blocking the light, unfortunately. I guess it'd be better if you came on the other side of me, sweetie. G49, yes, Susan. This one is 29 PN, and There are 3 types of petrified wood that are in Petrified Forest National Park. This is one of the types. The typical ones, the reddish ones like that one, and like the back of that great big one that I showed you a minute ago, are Araucanian pine. This is actually Woodworthia. And that one works, that's 29 PN, and that works out to $5.97 with your discounts. This piece is 1 PN. And it works out to $237 with your discounts. You want to pick that one up? Please. Thank you. This is 2 PN, and that also works out to $237 with your discounts. See the original wood cracked there by Jeannie's hand. Show the other end, because this is what it looked like when we collected it. And then we brought it home, and this is what it looks like on the inside. And what's neat about this is that grain is just so fine.
Very fine.
So that's 2 PN, and that works out to $237 also.
That sits right there. Did you want to pull this little
Oh, we
guy
can,
out?
yeah.
Let's pull it out.
This one is 4 PN. What'd you say?
Not to put it in the shadow. You can see through that one.
Yeah, but when I have my headlamp on it, that's bad. You can see through it,
It's
yeah.
from the Circle Cliffs in Utah.
Yes. And that works out to $237 with your discounts.
It's really pretty.
Actually, a little bit of amethyst in the middle of that one.
Mm-hmm.
This one is 30 PN.
I'll lift it up. Say,
I got it. And it's another Arizona rainbow, and it's about
almost 9.
almost 9 inches across. And that works out to $5.97 with your discounts. Thank you.
Put that back.
We don't want to drop any of these.
No, we surely don't. This is beautiful. This one's about 11, almost 11.
That's another one of the $14.95 with all the discounts that I mentioned before. That works out to $7.96.
It's got grays and golds and orange and yellow. A little bit of purple. It's beautiful. Can you get more light on that? I'm not sure if all the colors are coming out.
Prairie Cat. Jeannie will automatically send all of you a link to the show. No, we didn't sell all of Blue Forest, and Jeannie will send you a link. And actually, we won't start your this is for all of you. We won't start your invoices until tomorrow noon to give you a chance to do any BOGOs you want or as many discounts as you want. So Jeannie will send you a link to it. Make sure, though, Prairie Cat, that Jeannie has your email address and your zip code. Anyway, that's another one that falls into the mid-range of, no, this is the smaller range of the big ones, and that works out to $796.50 with all your discounts. This is a neat one. This is not Arizona Rainbow. It's actually from the Henry Mountains, and it's another of the rip cut pieces, but it's a real beauty.
Try not to shadow it if you can. You want me to hold it up for you?
Well, I shouldn't really need the headlamp because there's a light right above us.
I know. It's so pretty. A lot of colors in this. A lot of yellow.
Beautiful colors in
gold, I should say. Beautiful piece.
And that works out to $297 with your discounts.
Lovely cutting board this would make.
It would.
Where did you have this?
Right
back
there.
here? Yeah.
Yeah. It might be upside down, but that's okay. Just so the tags. I'm going to turn off the headlamp. I don't think I need it.
Well, let me see. You want the colors to show.
I know I do. Okay, I'll turn it on.
Well, I can.
This one is 14 PN, and it works out to $99 with your discounts. It's actually opalized. I should have this over with the opalized. I don't think I showed this one. This is 5 PN. It's 177. It looks very much like Blue Forest because it has the blue agate in it. It's not. It's from a different location, but it certainly looks like Blue Forest. And I have that polished on both ends. And that's 177 with your discounts. This one's 13 PN. And that works out to 99. Hey, Loria. The 60. Welcome to those of you that are new. Everything is, you have a 40% discount, and we bill through PayPal, and we put everybody on a payment plan. So that allows you to make a 20% deposit on things and then pay off over the next month or two if it's difficult for you to buy, especially some of the more expensive stuff. This one's 16 PN, and it works out to 177 with your discounts. I don't think I'll show all these. I will show the big ones though, and a few of the special ones. This one I have polished on several sides. This is 20 PN. It also works out to 297. I have it curved polished there, and again, this is not a modern crack. This is filled in with agate. It was a crack in the wood when it was still in deep in the earth. That's polished on that side, that curved side, and then cut on the bottom. So that's 20 PN, that's 297 with your discounts. Several more here that I'll just skip over. This is another of the 1495 pieces that works out to 796. That's okay.
Did you show that this part in here? That fluoresces, remember?
It does fluoresce, yeah. The center of that does.
It's got yellow in it. It's a beautiful piece.
It is beautiful.
Where it's from, though.
Yeah, Utah.
That's a Utah
Yep.
piece, okay. It's about
That's
12
inches,
12
yeah.
inches, okay. Another,
And then this is another of the really huge ones, the 2995 ones,
it's about
which works out to 1617
12 and a half.
50 with all your discounts.
It's about 14 this direction, 12 and a half the other direction. Beautiful. It's got beautiful area down here, yellows, purples.
Okay, I think you guys are saturated on petrified wood, so maybe I'll...
A couple more here. We're just almost done. Might as well finish.
Okay.
This piece was not polished.
Right. If you want to polish one yourself and end up with a nice large piece, that one works out to 357 with your discounts. Easy to polish on a flat lap. You want to show that one? Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I didn't know if I was going to lift it up, though. I don't think I can.
Well, just turn it on its side.
Let me just turn it this way. Oh, this is a big one. But it's a really cool
This is
specimen.
a log.
Yes, it's
A log with big knots in it. More knots over here. I'm trying to move these out of your way.
That's okay. Now I'm going to turn it this way.
Okay.
Very, very fine grain in this one.
I'm going to turn the light back on to show that grain. Yeah, that's beautiful grain. That's 27 PN, and that works out to 357 with your discounts. Okay. There are some more pieces of petrified wood, but I think I'll move along. Somebody might be interested in a wild boar skull with your discounts, $297, or with the Montana black bear skull with your discounts, $297. The knots, that's right, Chantel. I know how you are on knots. Or this is a one of a kind. This is a Yukon grizzly bear skull, and with your discounts, that's $9.99. Chantel, you really should have this piece. It is one of a kind. Not there, not there, not there. Not there. I think there's a couple on the other side too. It's also quite heavy, but that will fit in a flat rate box. Of course, our male person will say, "What do you got in here, rocks?" Yeah. Let's see. How are we doing for time, sweetie?
4:25.
No, not yet. That's the other side, by the way, of the wild Mustang skull. Also some big chunks of fossil coral, if anybody's interested. I won't take time to show them unless somebody is. But this is really pretty fossil coral. That's CC8, by the way, and that works out to $117 with your discount. It could go by your Amethyst Cathedral quite nicely.
I can tell she's thinking hard.
She is. I can smell the burning. Again, Chantel is a geologist, and she likes pieces that, well, like Jeannie and I do, that really look like wood but are petrified. Only have about 5 pieces or 6 pieces of agatized coral from the Swanee agatized coral. This is how that looks inside. This is SC1, and that works out to 99. And when we collected this, I just knocked off enough to show the agate on the inside of it, but these are solid agate. It might be better to go the other way. This is SC2, and that's what the agate in it looks like, and that's 117. We had a lot of this, and this is all we have left. This is SC3, and that has some botryoidal agate in the center of it. And it's got druzy all over it. This is SC4. Agatized coral, 35 million year old, 100% agatized. I don't know if it's coming back at you, but there's druzy on all this too. SC7 is 75 with your discounts. And then 2 little pieces, this is SC5, and that works out to 15 with your discounts. And this is SC6, and that works out to $6 with your discounts. Okay, sweetie. Before we go outside, and again, if anybody wants, we can show any of this more. We just have a little bit of this left. Let me show it real quickly because a couple of people asked us about this. This is banded rhyolite, or also known as wonderstone. And they're not polished except the last 2, but they do polish quite nicely. Not with as shiny a polish as agate, but it's beautiful stuff. So 15 BR with your discounts works out to 15. 9 BR with your discounts works out to 21. And this goes all the way through these. But this is a good thing to learn cutting on, learn lapidary on, because it's relatively inexpensive and does polish. So 9 BR works out to 21. 10 BR works out to 21. That pattern goes all the way through. The reason it's darker here is because that was what was exposed when we dug this, and all I did was break off one end to show me what the pattern would be, and it's all like that all the way through. 11 BR. Again, that pattern goes all the way through. Yes, it works out to 21 with your discounts. 12 BR works out to 21 with your discounts. 5 BR works out to 27 with your discounts. 6 BR works out to 27 with your discount. 7 BR works out to 27 with your discount. 1 BR works out to 33 with your discount. See how that goes all the way through there? That's why this is an excellent thing to learn on cutting. And then these two pieces are polished. This one is 3 BR and it works out to 57 with your discount. And this is 4 BR and that works out to 99 with your discounts. Okay, I'm not getting a lot of response from you guys. Am I hearing snoring on your end? Let's do a few agates, then we'll go out in the other room. Going to do BOGO on agates. So buy one, get the second one of equal or lesser value for half price. AG1, and I'm going to go fairly fast, and then you can ask me to go back if you want. AG1 works out to 117. Actually, the first 6 or 7 work out to 117 with your discounts. This is Graveyard Point, which is in Idaho. 3, AG3, AG4, AG5.
It's agate all the way through.
It is. AG6.
This is a big nodule. Look at that.
Careful, let's take it off camera.
G6.
Working on your rock log, huh?
AG7. That's beautiful.
Well, that piece of petrified wood, Chantel, is definitely a rock log. So I believe Chantel is actually a well site geologist. Is that right, Chantel?
Another graveyard. Two facets here.
Oh, and this one fluoresces beautifully. This works out to 157 with your discounts. Why don't you bring the light over here and let's see if even with all this light, this will fluoresce. I'm going to turn my headlamp away from it.
Yep, there's.
Yeah.
Is it showing though, actually? The blues are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Thank you. AG9.
What happened to 8? That was 7. Oh, no, that was 8. You're right, okay.
AG9.
A lot of pink in that one.
There is.
AG10, gold.
Oh, interesting, Chantel. AG10, yeah, this has a lot of gold moss in it and blue agate. That's what it looks like on the uncut side.
Another view, total, complete agate.
Of course, when I was at the Colorado School of Mines, yes, $397 after discount, Chantel. When I was at the Colorado School of Mines, those of us that were into minerals and I won't say we looked down on petroleum geologists, but there's sort of a what do I want to say? I can't think of the word right now.
I don't know.
Anyway, this is carnelian agate. It really should sit like that. That's the way I have it designed, but I just have it turned on its side so you can see that one better. That one works out to 177 with discounts. This is AG12.
Let me lift it for you. That's a heavy one.
I got it.
Okay.
Looks like dinosaur bone, but it's not. That works out to 177. AG13.
Is that another carnelian?
Yes.
It's very, almost looks like it has barite, but it's not.
No.
It's very pretty.
This one's cool. This is AG 14, and just look at the fine lines in that. It does look like dino bone, Chad, and a lot of dealers could get away with saying that it is dino bone, but that wouldn't be right to do.
It's very symmetrical.
That's after discount, Chantel, yes. I think it's $5.95. That's a big log.
Okay, not the log.
Yeah. This is AG 15. Works out to $237.
Help you with this guy. It's a
Okay,
big
thank
one.
you.
It's a huge agate here. Little crystal pocket right there.
Yep.
And that is 16, right? AG
Yep.
16, correct?
I'll tell you what, Chantel, since you bought a lot from us, I'll knock an extra 50 off that one, if you want it. This is AG 17. Of course, if you heard me. This one I have polished on 2 faces. This is AG 18. And what's cool about this one, I'm going to try and show it to you against the light without doing my headlamp on it, is it's blue moss and plume agate going into clear agate, and it's just really pretty. And then the last one out here is this piece. It's sagonitic agate. So those are the agates that are in here. Let me set this back down carefully because it's quite heavy.
So you answered Chantel's question about the $397, right?
I did, and then I said I'd knock off an extra 50 for her since she's bought a lot from us.
So would that mean that the price would be $397 minus 50, or
We could do that.
or take it off the other?
All right. Let's go out in the other room. Away from air conditioning. Oh, now you let me know that when I'm out here, Chantel? Forget it. Forget that extra 50%. I mean, $50.
I don't know if she heard that anyway. Might as well. So,
She probably didn't, so I'll renege. Okay, let me turn the light on again so you can see it really brilliantly. This is the unpolished end. Those are the knots.
let me help you.
Sure.
Oh. Easier said than done. That's the polished end.
Well, let's show the
and
knots.
here are the knots.
Oh, baloney, Chantel. I don't have a leg. You know the old saying, money talks and coprolite walks.
I never
Okay.
heard that one before.
Well, it's usually S-H-I-T.
Never heard that one either.
Now let's show the polished end.
All right. There we go.
So Chantel, you probably didn't hear me say that I'd knock an extra 50 off that, so I guess I didn't say it.
So it would be 3.
Well, that's if we knock it off the final price. But after making me walk all the way back in here, I'm not sure what we should do with her. Anyway, Chantel, let us know on that one. And I'll back out here. And Chantel's probably typing, "Can I see it yet again?" Oh, I closed the door in Jeannie's face. You want me to open it all the way? What'd you say, sweetie? We should oil the hinges, yeah. It's a squeaky door.
But then we wouldn't be able to hear the burglars when they came in, huh?
So I don't know what you guys want to see out here because we show some of this on our night show, but a couple of people did ask to see ammonites. So I will show those. There also are a couple of more of the great big pieces of petrified wood and a couple of the just big pieces of petrified wood. Squeaky chair too. Okay, so this is the biggest ammonite. And by the way, I'm going to do a BOGO. You have to preserve it for science. Yeah, you do, Chantel. Okay. This one I think is about 14 inches across. It's the biggest ammonite. Oh, and I'm going to do BOGO on all the ammonites. I've got a bunch down here too.
Okay, so Chantel is taking
She's taking it, yes. She had every intention to sit on her hands today, but it was unsuccessful. By the way, those of you that are new, we joke about sitting on your hands because some people have bought a lot and they are trying not to buy anymore, and then I show them something they can't resist. Sitting on their hands is what we call it when they are trying not to press the sold button. Okay, I don't like it that people are signing off. I don't know what to do except stop the show.
Just keep talking.
Anyway.
People go in and out constantly.
So, BOGO on the ammonites. This first one is $22.95, but your price is $13.97. This one, forget about what the big price is. Your price is $9.99. This one, your price is $9.99. This is actually polished out in the center because it's filled with calcite and fluoresces fantastically. And this is what the other side of it looks like. So those are called crenellations or suture marks. It's just like what we have, mammals have in the top of their skulls. It's what allows a spherical or roundish object to grow as it ages. And as most of you know, human babies are born with crenellations. They're also born with two soft spots in the top of their heads in order to pass through the birth canal so the head can squish a little bit as it's coming out. As we evolved and our brains got bigger and bigger, maybe with some of us it's smaller and smaller, but basically humans, bigger and bigger, human babies had to be born very early in their development, and that's why human babies, of all the animals, require the most time to become self-sufficient. Anyway, this is a personal favorite. So ammonites grew. The only living descendant of the ammonite is this. And I wish I had a cut piece. This one's not for sale. It's just something I brought out. This is a chambered nautilus, and it's not a snail. Ammonites were cephalopods, which means their heads were in their feet. Cephala means head, pod means foot. The chambered nautilus that lives in the South Pacific is the only living descendant of the ammonites. Ammonites were around for over 300 million years. They first evolved during the Devonian, somewhere around 400 to 420 million years ago, and they finally became extinct at the same time as the dinosaurs in the KT extinction, the Cretaceous-Triassic extinction, which is what the dividing line is between the Cretaceous and the Triassic, and that's when the asteroid hit the Earth and created cold conditions for so long that the dinosaurs died, and also the ammonites.
And this
Anyway,
is the one that has a lot of iridescence on the...
it does.
Let's see if we can get the angle right along here. I don't know if we can make it happen.
Wait a minute, I'm seeing it right there. Turn back down just a little
Like
bit.
that?
I don't know if that's coming across on camera or not. These are polished. The outside shell is polished off, and some of the original shell still has I'm not taking it from you.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, turn it back.
I think
a little
we
bit.
have to have
turn it back towards
the
the
sun
light.
on it to get the
Actually, you can see the
iridescence.
light coming through there too.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah.
Right there. That's so pretty.
Anyway, go ahead and put. You can put that one back up there if you want.
That was right
So
there.
that one also works out to $9.99 with your discounts.
Does it say like that?
This one I just put out.
It's not very safe there.
I think it is.
It's not. Look, it wants to go right down.
Okay, then if you can fix it safe,
I'm
that'd be
not
good.
happy about that.
This one is AM20, and it works out to $4.77 with your discounts. It's a lot like the other one, but it's just a bit smaller.
I'm just gonna let it go at this angle because it's safer.
This one is AM7, and that works out to $2.97 with your discounts. That actually came from the same formation as, if you know what the septarian nodules are from Utah, same formation. This is another one like those two, except smaller, and it works out to $5.97 with your discounts. It's still not small. These are big ammonites. This one we were not going to sell because it's the only one of this species that we have, but we decided we would.
Me too.
It's about 8 inches across. And it is quite heavy. It's quite robust. So interestingly, see how fat that is in profile? Let me set that down and then compare that with, say, this one that I just showed you. And look at how thin that is in profile. So ammonites evolved into many different shapes. The largest ammonites that ever lived were over 10 feet across. I don't have one that big. We did have one that was about 3 feet across, and we sold that.
That's iridescent, right?
It is iridescent. So then some smaller ones. We're going to get down. This is still AM, okay. This one is AM 16, and it works out to $177 with your discounts. Very iridescent in the center there. Let me turn that over. And we are doing BOGO on these, remember that. So if you bought two at this price, the first would be $177. It's $295, but with your 40% discount, it's $177. The second one would be half of that, which would be, what, 80 something. This is AM11. It's also $177. I said earlier that petrified wood was one of Jeannie's and my favorite things, but also ammonites. We like fossils of all kinds, but the ammonites are extremely beautiful. This one is AM12. So you can see when it was a little tiny baby, it lived right there. Every time as it grew, it lived in, they only live in their outside compartments. And these have crystals in them. Of course, they didn't have crystals when the animal was alive. Another one here that is AM13. Another of the 177s. So there's three of these. Those two and this one that are 177. yet a different species here. We're going to do AEs now because I have this board here. That's 15 AE and it's 99. These half pieces work out to 21 with your discount. That's 16, 17 AE, 18 AE, 19, no, excuse me, 20 AE and 21 AE. This is another one-of-a-kind species. This is 22 AE, and that works out to 177 with your discount. That's another robustus. See how fat that one is in profile compared to this one? This is 23 AE, 147, 24 AE, 147. I can pick any of these up if you want. 25 AE, 117, 26 AE, 117, 27 AE, 117. Then these are very iridescent. That's 28 AE, and it works out to 27, 29, 30. These all work out to 27 for the first one and half of that for a second if you bought two. 32 and 33. All right, you guys are really hard today. Maybe what? I don't know what. I don't know what you'd like to see.
Go to fluorite. Just go left
Go to fluorite.
and then go right. Go left and then go right.
I can do fluorite. I can do these also. I just put these out. The two different kinds of garnets. Those are grossular garnets, and these are almandine garnets. And I'm going to include my little stands with these, and they work out to, let's see, this is GA1, it works out to 27, GA2, 27, GA3, 39, GA4, 27, GA5, 27, GA6, 27, and GA7, 39. You're talking about large gemmy garnets here. Okay. Oh, you put insect repellent on, didn't you? I'm talking to you, sweetie. Yeah. You've seen these before. This is KY1. This is kyanite. KY1 works out to 99. KY3 works out to 177. And KY4 works out to 237. This is a fantastic kyanite specimen. I've always managed to keep that piece that's sticking out not broken. Several people asked us to show fluorite, and I want to show you how beautifully this fluorite fluoresces. That's not reflection of the light, that's actually fluorescence. Of course, most fluorite does fluoresce. In fact, the word fluorite and the word fluorescence come from the same root. That sphere fluoresces too. So this great big gigantic one is FL1. I'm not even going to try and pick it up. Fluorite is quite dense, quite heavy, interestingly. And that works out to 297 with your discounts. Let me put a little extra light on that. Nice cubes there. Oh, you like that in the peanut butter jar, huh? Oh, it's a Christmas present. You know, it didn't occur to me that I put that in a peanut butter jar. That, of course, the peanut butter jar was washed, but I guess some people that might not be good for.
Oh, you know, that's true.
But, so anyway, Chantel got one of these kyanite crystals. It takes me sometimes 2 hours to wrap a box for you guys. That's why I owe several of you boxes, and I'm trying to get them off as quickly as possible. But I'm determined that nothing will break for you. This is FL2, nice green cubes on that. And that works out to 99. Of course, Chantel, your log will be relatively easy to pack. It's not going to break. I just have to make sure the box doesn't break. So I have to reinforce the box a lot. This is FL3, and it's 99. This is FL4, and this one and FL5 have really spectacular fluorite cubes on them. That one's 99. And this one is 99. This is FL5. And then this one is FL6. And I showed you that under fluorescent light. I'm going to put a flashlight behind you to show you. Isn't that pretty? And that one works out to $297 with your discount. That's another big, heavy one. And then this is the fluorite sphere. And that's FL9, that works out to $177. I guess nobody's doing Christmas shopping today. It is a little early. This is golden barite on quartz. Really beautiful barite crystals. A big long piece, nice quartz crystals. That's QGB for quartz and golden barite, and that one works out to $297 with your discounts. There are more sides to it, but I can't turn that with one hand, so that you'll have to be satisfied with that. This is, you know what, people are signing off. I'm thinking of stopping the show. I know. Maybe there are other things going on.